Alright folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to use NASA's Eyes on Exoplanets website to find various bits of information about the different exoplanets that we're exploring in our Unit 1 performance task. So the first planet that we need information on is Kepler 79b. I'm going to walk you through using this website to find all this information. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to the Eyes on Exoplanets website, and we're going to search for Kepler 79b, and then we're going to hit enter. And then click on the name of the planet, and it's going to take us to Kepler 79b. Now, the first thing we're looking for is whether or not this planet stays in its star's habitable zone. We know that the orbit is circular, but we need to know if that planet stays within the habitable zone. And to do that, we actually need to zoom out a little bit to see the entire system. Every planet is part of a solar system. This one just so happens to be part of the Kepler 79 system. So when you zoom out to the system, this green or teal colored ring shows you the habitable zone for that star. And if we zoom in, we can see that Kepler 79b, its orbit is right here, that is not within the habitable zone of that star. So in my data table, I'm going to put no for does the planet stay within the habitable zone. Now we're given the diameter and the mass and the density of the planet. The next thing we need to figure out is whether or not this would be a terrestrial or a jovian planet, okay? These two links here give you a little more information and some reminders about which planets are which. Now, in order to figure that out, I'm going to go back to my planet view. If there's more than one planet around a given star, make sure you choose the right planet. So we're going to zoom back in on Kepler 79b. And to learn more about the planet, we're going to click on this little plus sign here. And here where it says planet type, it says Neptune-like. Now, that doesn't say terrestrial, it doesn't say Jovian, but it does tell us this planet is similar to Neptune. And if you can't remember which planets are the Jovian planets or the terrestrial planets, we can click on one of these helpful links here, and it's going to give us a list of the Jovian planets. We can see here that Neptune is one of the Jovian planets. And if Kepler 79b is like Neptune, Neptune-like, then that means that this planet is a Jovian planet. So I'm going to type in Jovian. Then the next thing you have to do is use all of your accumulated information here to determine whether or not this planet is habitable. So remember, we're looking for planets that are similar to Earth. And it may help to compare some of these different characteristics to that of Earth, all right? And if you need to remember what Earth's diameter, mass, and density are, you can always refer back to the solar system data table in your Earth science reference table. So here we can see some information about Earth in this row of the data table. Things that I see the density, Earth's density is 5.5, its diameter, we know the size of Earth is 1, right? So here, this density is far lower, and this is a Jovian planet. Earth's not a Jovian planet. So based on that information, and the planet not staying in its habitable zone, that tells me that this planet is probably not habitable. So that's the basic process that you're going to follow to use that Eyes on Exoplanets website to fill out each successive row of this data table. Now, once you're done with part 3, once you've gathered all your data, you're going to answer the analysis questions, and you're going to move on to part 4. We're also going to use the same Eyes on Exoplanets website for part 4, where we have to determine how long it would take us to reach each of these potentially habitable planets. So you're going to choose your top 3 potentially habitable planets based on all the information that you've accumulated about them. And in the Eyes on Exoplanets website, I'm going to backtrack for a minute. When you click on the little plus sign next to the planet, if you scroll down, you can figure out how long it will take to travel to this planet from Earth. So, for example, for Kepler 79b here, if we're traveling by car, by automobile, at approximately 60 miles an hour, it's going to take us 37 billion years to get to Kepler 79b. Whereas if we travel on a jet, 600 miles an hour, it'll only take us 4 billion years. So that's the kind of information you're looking for as you fill out this data table. You get to choose which travel speed you would use, and then just tell us how long it would take to get to that planet at that travel speed. That should just about do it for the NASA Eyes on Exoplanets website. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let me know in class if you have any questions.